Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. It's finally here. We got all 10 weeks. Waited 10 long weeks of doing these solo challenges. Hopefully you guys were doing it. If you play MUT, I'm pretty sure that you've been doing this, waiting for to get all 10 so we can complete the MUT 10, the MUT Fantasy 10. So we're gonna get a fantasy pack. I already added them. Hopefully, if somebody missed a week, they give you an opportunity to make up a week that you didn't miss. But I really don't know if they're doing that. So the Ultimate Team 10 is done. I finished all the challenges. I got my packs. When I saw there was a pack, I was like somewhat concerned that I wasn't going to get jack squat for it, but it turns out you get to pick any one of the 10 that you want. So any one of the players' final version that you want. So let's go and let's get into the pack. Hopefully it reopens, because when I was opening this earlier off camera, it was so sexy. Oh my God, just watching these things unpack are just insane. So in this video, obviously I'm going to show you guys the cards. I'm going to go over which ones I think you should take, and then I'm obviously going to take the one that I want. Bo Jackson right off the bat, I guess I'm going to take this card by card, and I'll unveil these beauties as we go down the line. So Bo Jackson right off the bat, I have worked up Bo Jackson. I got to be honest, man, when he came out, I mean, he was it. At this point though, he was the first card out. At this point though, I don't feel like he's even that good. Like, to me, he's not really that worth it. I'll go find the value of these cards, and then I'll basically report on how much it costs, because obviously if you're going to work these players up, the ones that cost the most are probably going to make the most sense to get for free. It says a NAP card, you can't sell it, but at the end of the day, like I said, if Bo Jackson's selling for 5 million coins, I'm never going to get that much, so I might as well take Bo Jackson. You know what I mean? Not going to be the case though. So Bo Jackson, like I said, I worked him up at the time that he came out. I was really enjoying him, but I ain't gonna lie, my favorite running back on my team is Tariq Cohen. I don't know if Tariq Cohen's going to get another card, but to me, he is so much. But to me, he's my favorite running back on the team. Bo Jackson's just kind of here taking up space. So I'm definitely not taking Bo Jackson. Right off the top, he was the first card out. He maxes out at a 91 card. So to me, this guy's pretty much off the record. But he's a pretty good looking card. I like a guy that's a little bit more of a receiver. If you guys don't watch if you watch my gameplays, you know I'm a passer. And basically, Tariq Cohen's 71 catch is probably the biggest reason. He's also got a better elusiveness, a better agility. That's how I run my game. I run a spread the field type of play. So this, to me, I'm not even really sure if I'm going to keep Bo Jackson that long. He's probably going to be off my team before long. So for me, I'm definitely not taking Bo Jackson. The next card up, like I said, I love the graphic that they put into this. Patrick Willis. I did build up Patrick Willis. I am about halfway through building up Patrick Willis, but at the point that I'm at, Devin Bush is rising. He's having a great rookie season, so this is another scenario where he might not make sense for me. Now, I love his speed. I mean, you can't deny Patrick Willis. He tops out at a pretty good speed of 86, but I also took the Gauntlet, which I thought was one of the best ones, Gauntlet Devin White, and like I said, Devin Bush is having a monster rookie year. So all I really care about inside linebackers and linebackers in general is speed, 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 and when Patrick Willis came out, he was one of the faster linebackers. Once again, I'm probably going to get rid of this guy. So this, like I said, these earlier cards, they were good and they still look really good, but compared to some of the later cards that came out, they're really not that great. So the first two cards, to me, even though I was working them up, are pretty much off the board. Now, Michael Vick, this guy is always a human glitch when it comes to MUT. Once again, I was working him up. I actually went away from it. I mean, I have Kyler Murray, who's very similar. Obviously, he's not going to be the player, but if he continues to have a good rookie season, I'll have a Michael Vick-esque player for free. He's not going to be Vick, but at the same time, I definitely have the running ability, which is important. I'm working up Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers. I got him, pretty easily. So he's probably going to be the guy that I stick with, but I could totally see, because of the throw power and the running ability, Michael Vick, to me, he's not as broken as he was in the past. I'm sure there'll be more cards of these players coming out in the future. But to me, Michael Vick, he's on the lower end. I mean, he's still a good player, but his accuracies really aren't that great, and that to me is kind of important. I hate errant throws. That's really a problem. So to me, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is an 88. He just got a new card out. By the time I get him up, his accuracies are gonna dwarf Vick's accuracies. And I'm looking at, I mean, honestly, like I might try to get Peyton Manning, even though Peyton Manning's not mobile. I usually need a little bit of mobility, but Peyton Manning, I mean, he's one of my all-time favorite QBs, the same way Vick is. But at the same time, I don't think I'm kind of leaning away from these guys. So moving on to the next one, Julius Peppers. Here's another guy. This guy came out a little bit later than some of these cards. I haven't put too much time into my defensive ends. A lot of people probably play with 3-4 defenses, 3-5 defenses. The edge pressure that you get in these defenses don't come from defensive ends. They come from outside linebackers. So to me, working my defensive ends up don't make a lot of sense. I mean, my linebackers, I got like an 88 Lawrence Taylor, and that's where your pressure comes from. That's where a lot of your playmaking is, at the outside linebacker spot. So I don't really see a huge reason to go after Julius Peppers. That's just me. If you run a 4-3 though, you definitely want to put stock in your defensive ends. So definitely a good card. 84 speed's a very high speed for a guy. I mean, 87 strength. I mean, he's a complete package. All these players are the complete package, or they wouldn't be here. But ultimately, once again, because of my scheme, I'm leaning away from Lawrence. From Julius Peppers. Now, Randy Moss. This is a card I've already worked him up. He's the front runner right now. I mean, there's out of all the cards that I want, like I said, I'm going to have to look at price of these cards, but I already got Randy Moss worked up. He's just sitting there waiting for that last little jump, and then I can basically, if I get him for free, because he's like a $2 million card last time I checked, maybe more. If I get him for free, I could work up that Moss factor, which is totally broken, and then I'll just have, a nuclear weapon on my roster. So it's really hard to go against Moss. This is pretty much, to me, you got to get this. With the Moss, X Factor ability or whatever, that's pretty much going to be the card. So like I said, spoiler alert, not guaranteed, but as of right now, Randy Moss is pretty much going to be the pick. So we're halfway through, and he's a huge front runner. But just looking at some of these other cards, Calvin Johnson, I mean, if he wasn't a free safety, I'd be all for it. Free safety is not too bad, though. I mean, I have these cards which are going to slowly bump up every week, which is pretty cool. But, I mean, this isn't, like I said, it's just, to me, Calvin Johnson is one of the worst ones. I love his speed, 6'5", 88 speed. I mean, that's awesome. But at the end of the day, like, he's got 91 zone coverage, too. I mean, he's a really good card. But I just can't really see the value in that, because he didn't really play. It's just weird. He didn't play free safety. You know what I mean? Like, give me an actual free safety, please, instead of oops free safety. So then Rob Gronkowski, another one. I haven't put too much time into my in my tight ends. You can say I have an 83 overall tight end this late in the year. I had another one. I had Delaney Walker just now, but I sold him. Another good card, good run blocker, good all around player. Nothing to me. He's kind of on the lower end. I wouldn't necessarily take him. Like I said, I still think the Delaney Walker card is one of the best. Deion Sanders, this is probably number 2 on my list. But you can see I already put a lot of stock in my corners. I mean, I picked my Mutt captain as Ty Law. He's obviously very good. He does the job. And then I got my free Mutt hero as Jalen Ramsey. So I don't really feel like I need corners. And like I said, as much as I love Deion Sanders, I'd much rather I don't even have him worked up yet. I have him on here. I'm taking my time because my corners are pretty good. I mean, I got an 88 Jimmy Smith who's going to keep working up as the Ravens keep winning games. He keeps going up. And then obviously, I mean, Deion, I will eventually work him up. I just don't see, I don't know. It's hard to pass on Deion. He's always such a great card. But I mean, you can't beat Moss. At the end of the day, Moss is such a broken thing. It has to be that. And then Joe Thomas is the last one. Offensive line. It's hard to say that a 93 overall. I haven't really worked on him that much yet either. I still got him in my inventory. But to have it basically a 94 overall left tackle is pretty nice. And then Troy Polamalu, who is one of my personal favorite players when he played. It's kind of hard to take him because I have Jordan Poyer who's going up every week because of the card, and then I also have Pat Tillman. My apprehension when it comes to Polamalu is his height, but obviously it's the highest rated card at a 93, and it's in a playmaking position. But you already have Pat Tillman, so kind of X's him out as a possibility. So like I said, I have my mind made up. I'm going to have to go with Randy Moss because of the Moss ability being so overpowered. I don't think I'll ever get the coins because honestly I sell my coins, but I don't think I'll ever get the coins to actually earn Randy Moss, so I'm going to have to take him here. But if I were to rank these cards, and like I said, I'll try to get some values on them to tell you, because obviously the more expensive the card, the more sense it makes to get them for free. But if I were to rank these cards, personally, like I said, Moss is number 1. I would have Deion is I would have him a close second, but it's really hard. I would say Michael Vick's pretty up there too. They're obviously all like the higher cards. So those are probably my top 3. with the exception of POLAMALU. Like I said, POLAMALU drops down a little bit. I'd take him 4th. He drops down a little bit because of the Pat Tillman factor. That kind of takes away from the juice of any strong safety that you can get. And then after that, I mean, it's really hard to say. There's a lot of really good cards here. I guess Joe Thomas, because he's a 93. You're not going to be able to buy a 93 very easily at this point in time, so I'd have him 5th. Then I'd probably move down to, I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm really looking at Peppers. I like defensive players first, personally. I really like to go defensive players first. So I'd have him next. I'd have Pat Willis after that. And then I would have Rob Gronkowski after that. And then to finish off my top 10, I would have Bo Jackson. I think there's way better running backs in the game right now. Bo Jackson, when he came out, was great. Hopefully the next round of Bo Jackson cards will be even better. But you also have to think, you're going to get, upgrade cards as you level up. So if you have, like, say you're thinking you want Bo Jackson, by the time they add more MUT levels, you'll probably get, you'll probably cap off the ability to finish one of these guys. So that's something to think about. So these 91 overalls, you'll probably get a power up pass for those pretty soon if you get to that point. Other than that, these 92s will be a little bit further down the line. And then obviously the 93s, you probably won't get a 93 overall power up pass till towards the end of the year. So if you want to go with one of these guys, I fully understand that. But like I said, I'm going with Randy Moss. I do want to check the values on these guys first. So going through the buy now price, like I said, it's pretty close to what I was saying. I mean, the Bo Jackson's still one of the more expensive. I could buy Bo Jackson right now. I had Bo Jackson at the bottom. I could easily make Patrick Willis at the bottom, which is exactly what the community did. So I probably would, react that. Like I said, Calvin Johnson wasn't very high on the list to me. Rob Gronkowski wasn't very high on the list to me. It's a little surprising to see Joe Thomas so low because he is a 93. You can see once it's, like I said, the Randy Mosses, they're very high. Troy Polamalu just came out, so of course he's going to be the highest. And then Deion Sanders is definitely up there. So it's really, I mean, some people are really overselling Deion. But you can see, I mean, Randy Moss, Deion, those are the two guys that are going to be two of the harder to get. I only see one Julius Peppers. A lot of times when there's only one card, the person that's putting that to bid might overbid that. I don't know if Julius Peppers is worth more than Joe Thomas. But you can see this is kind of the hierarchy that I was going for. And while I'm looking at some of these ridiculous prices for these players, it's a perfect opportunity to bring up my coin sponsor site. Don't buy packs when it comes to Madden. It's a huge waste of money. Go to MMOXP.com, buy your coins there. You get 5% off your order if you use my name, MoneyShot, as a discount code, and you can guarantee to get the players you want. Don't go out and buy packs. It's a huge waste of money. Get the coins, get the exact player you want. It just makes way more sense, and it's going to save you a lot more money. So check that out. Link in the description below. So let me know in the comments section who you guys pick. I like going back and forth with you guys based off of what you think about these MUT things. To me, it's just fun to talk about. So if you want to talk about that, make sure you hit me up in the comments section. We're going to finish up Randy Moss. We're just going to add him right away to my powered up Randy Moss. It'll probably take my team up in overall because I was an 87 and then it dropped down. Because I sold a couple players to get my coins up. Because like I said, I'm trying to get these coins out there. So we're going ahead. We're going to add him. We got ourselves a 93 overall Randy Moss. Let's go. I'll go ahead and I'll just finish all this other stuff out, give him the upgrades. I'll have to sell some players so I can get this. Where's it at here? Moss. We're gonna get. I mean, I'm gonna sell that. Get 500 training points quick, fast, and in a hurry to give him that Moss capability. So, like I said, it's an easy way to basically, this Moss card is gonna be all over the place now, completely destroying MUT. Hope you guys enjoy that. I made a video about how I think that's gonna happen. So if you want to see that, I'll put a link in the description because I'm gonna start doing it right now. A second I get Randy Moss maxed out. So that's it. If you guys want to see more videos like this, more MUT tip videos, more who should I pick player videos, reviews, whatnot, do me a favor, the like button, and let me know in the comment section. I'll do that next. Other than that, thanks for watching. MADDENMONEYSHOT out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.